What's going on? In this video, I will give you my top 10 favorite kills of the Final Destination franchise. A franchise that I absolutely love and adore, and I have 5 reviews for. Check out all my thoughts on this franchise in my Final Destination franchise review series. I'll leave a card so you can check those out if you haven't seen my reviews yet. And so, yeah, top 10 kills. This was pretty difficult. This is a franchise that's pretty well known for its very creative, elaborate, gory kills. So it was really hard to just narrow it down to 10. So, of course, I will have a few honorable mentions towards the end. By the way, I also have top 10 kills for Friday the 13th, Child's Play, Leprechaun, and Halloween. So, and also the Hatchet franchise. So if you like this video, go check out those as well. I did try to get every movie a shout out to have at least one kill from every movie on this list. You know, the order isn't probably exact. It was really difficult to put it in like a correct order, but my number one is definitely my number one because it's my favorite kill of all time. So we'll get there. But let's start at number 10. So number 10 will go to Miss Val Luton in the original Final Destination, who gets a shard of computer glass in her throat and takes it out like you're supposed to not do, and then stumbles around, falls, and reaches up for a rag and gets a knife plunged into her chest. And then there's an explosion caused by, the fire that was caused by her liquor that was spilling out of the mug. And the explosion causes a chair to fall and hit her a knife deeper into her heart. It was pretty brutal. It's the standout kill, in my opinion, in the original Final Destination. I love how it was set up. I like the use of John Denver music over it and the creepy lyrics that kind of foreshadowed the plane explosion, the painted window that has the knife in the background that foreshadowed her death. I just thought this was a well-crafted kill in the original movie, and that's why it is my number 10. Number 9 will be the first of many from this movie, Final Destination 3's Ashley and Ashland, the most painful way to go. Being cooked alive, and then set on fire, and probably also electrocuted for a moment there when they fell through the glass. You can see their skin starting to bubble up from the heat, and their screaming and pain acting was pretty haunting. This is another death scene that has a song playing over it that's pretty ironic, the roller coaster song, and I liked all the clues that foreshadowed their death. The name of the tanning salon, the jar of goggles that said flammable, their names being Ashley and Ashland, having the word ash in their name, and just all kinds of stuff. And 2 kills in a row are caused by the characters having some kind of water, some liquid drip and leak onto something electric and, malfunctioning as a result. The only thing that kind of keeps this kill down, I guess, would just be the believability of this board being just the right length. It's a bit of a stretch. It's too much of a coincidence, and I don't understand why they can't just push it out, push it further into the other tanning bed, because it seems like it would be visible from where they are. Jesus Christ! Number 8 goes to Evan, the lucky lotto winner in Final Destination 2, the first kill we get. And what's great about his kill is there's a lot of fake outs. You get 2 big fake outs where the first one is his hand is in the garbage disposal, and you think that's going to cause his death somehow. But nope, he gets free, and then he gets out of the building, and just when you think he's safe, he slips on the like spaghetti that he threw out much earlier. So that had a payoff, and then we get the second fake out where the ladder stops right above his face, and you're like, oh, whew, I guess he's okay. And then Death has to intervene and cheat a little bit here by grabbing it and forcing it down. I kind of would have preferred if it just would have killed him instantly when it first dropped, rather than have this second fake out where he has a moment to catch his breath and be like, whew, that was a close one. Like, I almost would have preferred if it just would have killed him on the first drop, because I don't like the idea of Death having to force things down, just like with the windows earlier in this scene. I don't like that. I like it when Death makes things move with wind, like the wind outside kind of blows one thing over and it bumps into this thing and that thing, and you got like a domino effect. This was just Death himself. Like, it was almost as if an invisible person jumped on the ladder and threw it down. And that's what I don't like about the kill, but it's still pretty gory. I like the effect, the sound design. It's pretty nasty. Number 7 will go to Hunt from The Final Destination. What I like about this kill is its creativity, but also the fact that he's drowning at the same time as his guts are being pulled out of his anus, which is a kill that has happened in real life. So that kind of adds an extra layer of scariness to it. The fact that it's kind of within the realm of possibility, maybe not to this extreme. That's just a scary way to go. I also like that we get to see his stomach sink in to show us as the audience what's happening. The only thing I can really nitpick about this kill is the fact that no one sees him down there. It's a public pool. It looks pretty busy. I feel like someone would have seen him and tried to help out.
What I tell you, Kevin, huh? Fuck that. I just win. That's all I know how to do, Kevin. Baby, I just win.
Number 6 goes to the cocky jock Lewis, who gets his head crushed by 2 weights from a piece of weight equipment that does not exist. Not like this. But it's a fantastic kill. The only thing that weighs it down is the fact that you don't get a cool aftermath shot seeing his crushed head stuck between the 2 weights. It's a very quick kill, just like Evan in part 2 with the ladder. I just wish we could have cut back to his body afterwards. And also the fact that those swords were even there and were real and actually like sharp swords hanging above, like, that's a little ridiculous. But I do like the fake out where you think that's going to come down and kill him, but it just makes the equipment malfunction instead. It cuts the strings, the wires, to allow the weights to fall down the way they do. Number 5 will go to Isaac in Final Destination 5. What I love about this kill is the whole setup is pretty brutal. You have this guy with all these acupuncture needles on his body, and he rolls off the table, lands on his stomach, and all the needles go stabbing through him, and he has to pull them out one by one. It's a fantastic injury before the kill, so Death is just really trying to make this guy go through a lot of pain before he kills him, because he knows he's going to get a quick death at the end, so let's make him suffer before that. And this one has a great domino effect also, with the vibrating cell phone and him knocking over the alcohol and the fire like pushing him up against the wall, and that kind of loosening the shelf that the heavy ass Buddha statue is sitting on. It's a pretty cool 3D gore effect. It's a fantastic head explosion, just like Lewis, but this one's on screen longer. And this is yet another kill where there's a like fake out, a sigh of relief, like Evan in part 2, or Lewis, who I was just talking about in part 3, where you think they're about to die because of the fire, but nope. And then death comes swooping in and finishes them. And this has pretty scary music playing over the scene also that really helps it. Number 4, we'll go to Rory from Final Destination 2. Rory gets trisected by a flying barbed wire fence while standing in the middle of a field where he thought he was safe. And that's one element of this kill that I really like. It just shows that no matter where you're standing, you can be in the middle of nowhere, just out in a grassy field where you think nothing can touch you, but death somehow finds a way. And I like that death used another person's death to cause this one. It was a great domino effect with Kat's cigarette hitting the ground after she died and hitting, the wind taking it away into the gasoline, and then the explosion sending the barbed wire fence. It's a bit of a stretch, like how far it went flying, and it would have to go pretty fast to chop him in half like that. And I love that he's not just being chopped in half, he's actually being trisected. So he's in 3 pieces, and if you look closely, his arm actually got cut also, which makes sense. His other arm was kind of up in the air a little bit, so it didn't get cut in half, but his arm actually got trisected as well. I think he got cut in the midpoint, and his hand also, so maybe in 3 pieces or 2. And another detail I noticed while looking at it more closely is that you can see like a wooden beam behind him that gets chopped in half also. So this thing is going so fast that it cuts through him, and then it cuts through this wooden beam behind him. And I love the sound design of this kill and the fact that he's still alive for a moment afterwards, so he is like aware of what's happened to him, and he's probably in a lot of pain and suffering in that moment. It's a fantastic kill. Number 3, we'll go to Candace in Final Destination 5. What I love about this kill is the suspense and build up to the kill, and I like the end result also, of course. But what I don't like about the kill at the very end is it looks like they used CGI for like the bone snapping through her kneecap, and the blood that's pooling around her looks like it's CG blood. I don't understand why they would have to use CG blood when they cut away and cut back. It should all be practical. So that's what hurts this kill, but I love the setup and how they keep like faking you out with the cord that could electrocute her, and the water that's dripping, and the screw that falls on the beam, and she keeps almost stepping on it. And the sound design is pretty brutal on this kill. It made me wince in the theater, and I like the foreshadowing with the rubber band that is something that's supposed to bring her good luck. I like how it snaps, foreshadowing her back snapping later. What I love about this kill is a lot of things. First up, you don't know that the nail gun's even there, so it kind of just comes out of nowhere like a nice surprise. B, I like that when she's dead, she looks just like the way she does in her photo, and I love that sound of pain she makes at the very end. It's very haunting, and it tells you that she's still alive even after all of that for only a couple more seconds. And I love the use of a practical effect dummy in this kill. It looked pretty real. And just like most of these other kills I've talked about, this one has a great build-up to it with so many different possible outcomes in this like Home Depot store. and you got this forklift or something driving around, running over shit, and just this terrific domino effect putting this kill into motion. And plus, the sound design on this kill is terrific. The only thing I can nitpick is the fact that this nail gun is shooting without someone actually pulling the trigger. I don't believe nail guns can just keep firing like this. And the fact that the nails are going so far through her skull that they're actually going through the other side of her skull and out her arm. Like, it's a bit of a stretch. I don't think that's even remotely possible. But it's still a very gruesome, vicious, gory, creative kill, and that's why it's my number 2. Now, before we get to my number 1, let's just show you 3 honorable mentions that just missed the list.
And if you want to waste your life beating the shit out of Alex every time you see him, then you can just drop fucking dead.
So now that the 3 honorable mentions are out of the way, let's talk about my number 1.
Come on, let's go. Go.
My number 1 kill of all time and this franchise is Frankie from Final Destination 3, who has a motor fan chop up the back of his head. Like, over halfway through his head, he gets a lot of it chewed up. And I love so many things about this kill. It's one thing is the practical effects here look amazing. Just blood sprayed everywhere. Just his brains and bone fragments just flying everywhere as he's getting killed, and it like landing on Wendy and Kevin, and the reveal of who it is and how that's done, the music, the sound design, the added fuck you from Death when he makes the fan go off a second time to scare Wendy and Kevin. Like, he has a very dark sense of humor. And the creepy song that plays on the radio, the whole build up to it, the suspense, and also the fact that you don't even know that Frank is in front of them, or Frankie. This is the only kill in the franchise where someone on Death's list dies and we didn't even know they were in that scene until they were dead. That's never the case for anyone else. So it's just an added element of surprise. And it's so shocking, unpredictable, very creative, so gory. I just fucking love it so much. The one thing I could nitpick is the truck blocking them in. It seems a bit forced, but that's it. So there you have it. That is my top 10 favorite kills of the Final Destination franchise. What are your thoughts, your favorite kills? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, if you like what you've seen here, you can hit this like button and become a subscriber today just by clicking on my cartoon face in about 5 seconds. And remember, it's all an opinion. You don't need to get butthurt about it.